What's up guys, welcome back to Tank Top Tech. Got a cool video lined up today. After a long period of time searching for used parts, I finally put together my friend's new black and red 1080p gaming PC. I've had a reasonable but not so easy to work with budget where some compromises had to be made. The compromises aren't always bad. So without doing a deep dive, I'll go through the main parts and show you guys some of the benchmark results on the 3 games my friend plans on playing most of the time. So let's get into it. Starting off is the CPU, the i5-9400F. This 6-core 6-thread processor is probably one of the best bang for your buck CPUs you can get, not including AMD because the owner of the PC exclusively didn't want AMD components. The CPU has an advertised boost clock of 4.1 GHz, but in most cases it sits around 3.9 to 4.0, but I've seen it hit 4.1, which is just fine by me. I love the CPU because it'll provide enough push for any GPU and is strong enough for multi-core processes such as streaming and any content creation. As well as newer games coming out will take advantage of more cores. It does lack an iGPU, but who cares? So keep that in mind if you're picking up any CPU with an F. Discrete graphics required. Whatever that means, Professor. Babe, I'm gonna use the shower. Woo! Sorry, I didn't know you were in here. Like, you were being so discreet. For the motherboard, I picked up an MSI Z390-A Pro. Definitely overkill since it's a great overclocking board. But we're not doing any overclocking here since it's a lock processor. The MOBO has a clean look and plenty of features for upgradability if friendo here ever wants to upgrade to a K edition CPU. I'm certain the Z390 platform helps the 9400F hit its target boost clock a little bit easier, which is why I see it lingering around 4.0 on all cores most of the time. I truly lucked out on memory. Looking for 16 GB of 2400 MHz Corsair LPX DDR4 in red was not easy, but luckily I did, with 2 8GB sticks of memory running in dual channel, providing this black and red double build with more than enough RAM for gaming and streaming. Moving on to the GPU, I got my hands on an MSI GTX 1063GB Gaming X graphics card. Again, I wanted something black and red, so this was the only option. The price was right and the card does not disappoint. Even in 2019, the 1063GB still has life left in it. With most game settings at 1080p set to high to ultra, the card never gave me any problems or low performance. Apex Legends posed a little bit of a challenge where I had to lower the settings to medium and high, but that's expected with a battle royale. The map is huge and there are a lot of players in it. That can definitely tax the CPU and GPU. Take the time to tweak your games individually. This isn't a 9900K with an RTX Titan, so take a minute or two to find the sweet spot in more demanding games. Powering everything is a 500-watt EVGA W1 80+ white PSU. 500 watts may not seem like a lot in this build, but this build is very energy efficient. The GPU and CPU along with the remaining components don't come anywhere close to that wattage. This is going to leave a lot of decent room for an upgrade down the future. Okay, there was no way I was going to use the stock Intel CPU cooler. It's just ugly as. I'm sure it's more than enough for a stock 9400F, but aesthetically, not a chance. I picked up a new UpHere air cooler with a red LED ring, giving the system a touch of RBGism without going balls to the walls with rainbow vomit. It is after all a red and black build, so fan lighting was a must. It does a surprisingly good job of keeping the CPU cool, and best of all, it's super quiet. For storage, I picked up a Samsung EVO 850 500GB SSD. This is a great SSD for gaming. It has great read-write speeds and loads games super fast. It takes up no room in the case, allowing my friend to pick up his own hard drive in the future for more storage. My favorite part of this build happens to be the case, the NZXT S340. This is the non-elite version that has an acrylic side panel instead of a tempered glass one, and a few less cable management features. This case was first released in 2014, but man, it still looks good. Its shape, style, and design still looks like something that came out of 2019, and has a very good airflow for overclocking. The case is like your friend's hot mom. She old, but still looks good. Bam! Because I bought the case used, it didn't come with any fans, so I had to dig into my own pile of fans from my personal rig and slap on two 120s as intake and one 120 as an exhaust, allowing the system to suck and blow out adequate airflow. Hey, I'm talking about the case. So with all those components together and a test copy of Windows installed, I'm ready to install some of the games and run a few benchmarks. The 3 games my friend intends on playing are Destiny 2, Apex Legends, and Overwatch. Destiny 2 being the most demanding, but also the most optimized, so 1080p Ultra should be a breeze. Overwatch can probably run on a potato, but when maxed out on all settings, it can still demand more from your PC. There was clearly no issue here on this build. Apex Legends is supposed to be a little bit more challenging, but like I said, take a minute or two to tweak the settings and you'll find that sweet spot where you can game at high FPS and still have everything look crisp. So let's jump into some benchmark results, because my mouth is tired of yapping. So there you have it, folks. Not only does the PC run great, it looks great. Color matching the build was a bonus, but in the end, it pays off. Your PC is also part of your gaming room decor, and there's no reason why you can't take the time to make it look good. That's just my opinion. If you like messy cables and wires and multicolored components, power to you, bud. Just keep in mind that resale might not be so easy if you do that. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that video and the build I put together with used parts. Don't be discouraged to buy used PC parts. Do your research and you might end up having a better rig than you thought you would buying brand new. Thanks for checking in, and we'll see you in the next video.